In a surprising turn of events, Palestinian factions Hamas and Fatah have reached a preliminary agreement. The deal, brokered by China, aims to mend their long-standing rift. This development has sent ripples through the international community. The agreement signifies a potential turning point for the Palestinian people. It also highlights China's growing influence on the world stage. The announcement made in Beijing marks the culmination of discreet talks facilitated by Chinese diplomats. The agreement's core objective is clear: to establish a unified Palestinian government. The Palestinian cause, weakened by internal divisions, could gain significant ground with a united front. For the Palestinian people, weary from years of internal conflict, this agreement offers a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. The rivalry between Hamas and Fatah is not new. It is deeply entrenched in decades of ideological disputes and a struggle for power and influence. Hamas, founded in 1987, adheres to an Islamist ideology and rejects Israel's right to exist. Fatah, on the other hand, is a secular nationalist movement founded in 1959. The Oslo Accords, signed in the 1990s, were meant to pave the way for a peaceful resolution. However, the accords also deepened the divide between Hamas and Fatah. This disagreement spilled into violence, culminating in Hamas's takeover of the Gaza Strip in 2007. The lack of a unified government has hampered efforts to provide essential services to Palestinians and address the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Beijing Agreement represents a significant opportunity to heal these divisions. China's role in brokering the Hamas-Fatah agreement marks a significant shift in its Middle East policy. Beijing has been steadily increasing its engagement in the region, pursuing economic partnerships and diplomatic initiatives. This agreement solidifies China's position as a key player in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and underscores its growing global influence. By facilitating dialogue between these long-standing rivals, China is demonstrating its diplomatic prowess. It is presenting itself as a neutral broker, willing to engage with all parties and promote peaceful solutions. Some analysts argue that China is primarily driven by its own economic and strategic interests. They point to China's growing investments in the region and its desire to secure access to energy resources. Regardless of its motivations, China's involvement is a significant development. It could potentially create new avenues for dialogue and cooperation. At its core, the agreement aims to establish a unified Palestinian government that represents all factions. This government would be responsible for governing both the West Bank and Gaza, ending years of separate administrations. Crucially, the agreement includes a commitment to holding elections in the West Bank and Gaza within a year. These elections would be a major step towards democratic representation and legitimacy for the Palestinian people. The agreement also reportedly addresses sensitive issues such as security arrangements, the release of political prisoners, and control over border crossings. However, translating these aspirations into reality will be a formidable challenge. The Hamas-Fatah agreement, while a positive development, faces an uphill battle. The long history of mistrust and violence between the two factions cannot be easily erased. One of the most immediate challenges is maintaining a ceasefire. Both sides will need to rein in their armed wings and prevent a return to violence. This will require strong leadership and a commitment to dialogue over confrontation. Another challenge is implementing the agreement's provisions. This will require complex negotiations and compromises on both sides. The international community has a crucial role to play in supporting this fragile peace process. The significance of the Hamas-Fatah agreement extends far beyond the immediate reconciliation. It represents a potential turning point for the Palestinian people, offering a renewed sense of hope for a brighter future. A unified Palestinian leadership would be a game-changer for their national aspirations. Firstly, it would strengthen the Palestinian hand in any future negotiations with Israel. A unified leadership would present a more formidable negotiating partner, capable of advocating for Palestinian rights and interests more effectively. Secondly, a unified government would be better equipped to address the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. Finally, a unified Palestinian leadership would provide a much-needed sense of national unity and purpose. The Hamas-Fatah agreement if implemented successfully, could be a decisive step in the right direction.